Let's pray. Almighty God, in your wisdom and goodness, have appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and just government of the people. We beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interests you've committed to our church. Amen. Honorable Majority, could you please approach the chair? Under Standing Order 32.2, I want to direct that the quorum bell be rung for the first 5 minutes. Honorable Uku, could you please approach the chair? Honorable Majority Leader, please confirm if we have quorum.
Honorable Speaker, we have the whip in the House to confirm.
Please confirm quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There is quorum.
Madam Clerk, please take us through the orders of today.
Order paper number 340 of today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025 at 9 a.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to table the following papers. First one to the provision of Section 126(3) of the Public Finance and Management Act 2012. I wish to table today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, Kisumu County Annual Development Plan, Financial Year 2026-2027. 2. First one to the provisions of Section 164(1) of the Public Finance and Management Act 2012. I wish to table today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, annual financial statement of 1 Jaramogi Odinga for the period Jaramogi Odinga Referral Hospital for the period ended 30th June 2025, Kisumu County Climate Change for the period ended 30th June 2025, City of Kisumu Urban Project, that is Project Advance Account and Cash Expenditure Fund, CKE 1032 OG for the year ended 30th June 2025. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. Allow me to acknowledge the receipt of the following papers. Annual Development Plan for the financial year 2026-2027, and I commit this to the Committee on Budget and Appropriation for processing, and we give them 21 days to report back to the House. The next paper that I acknowledge the receipt of the financial statements for the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital, financial statements for the period 30th June 2025. And I commit this to the Committee on Finance, and we are giving them 21 days to bring the report before the House. I've also received financial statements of the Kisumu Urban Project, Advance Account and Cash Expenditure Fund, CKE 1035.01.G for the year ended 30th June 2025. And we commit this to the Committee on Finance, and we are giving them 21 days to report back to the House. I've also received annual report and financial statements for the City of Kisumu, Project Grant Credit Number, AFD Agreement Number CKE 1035/01/G for the financial year ended 30th June 2025. This also goes to the Committee on Finance, and we give them 21 days to bring the report back to the House. And finally, we have the annual financial report for Kisumu County Climate Change Fund for the period ended 30th June 2025. We commit this to the Committee on Finance, and we give them 21 days to report back to the House. Chair, Committee on Finance, we request that you, what is it, Honorable? Chair, Committee on Finance, we request that you work with speed to process these documents and bring the report to the House. You have 21 days to bring 4 reports to the House, so be notified. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of orders number 182, subsection 6 of the standing orders, I wish to table today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, reports on Sports, Culture, Gender, and Youth Affairs Committee on First Tax Expenditure. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Order number 182.6 of the standing orders, I wish to table today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, report of PICPAC Committee on the examination of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statement of A, Kisumu County Executive Financial Year 2023-2024, B, Receiver of Revenue for the year ended 30th June 2024. And again, Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Order number 45.1. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Ruben Rakwach.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of orders number 182.6 of standing orders, I wish to table today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, report of Infrastructure, Energy and Public Works Committee on the matter of dilapidated state of Nkuruma Road and the need for intervention by KORA. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the Honorable James Omolo. What is it, Honorable Nyaoke?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg leave to stand for James Umolo to present that paper.
Honorable Nyaoke, you see, you know the procedures of the House. We have not received any communication from Honorable Molo. So next time he does that, he should give communication to the office of the Speaker. But I'll allow you to proceed.
Much obliged, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to the provisions of orders number 182.6 of the standing orders, I wish to table today, Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, report of Implementation Committee on the implementation status of the House resolutions on the report by Medical Services, Public Health and Sanitation on the status of Lumumba, Kombewa, and Moroni County hospitals. Thank you.
Honorable Alice Wajewa. Next is the Honorable Member for Development, the Honorable Komudo. No problem. The problem. The problem. The problem. Let me pass. Order, honorable members. Order. Order, Honorable Tom Onditi. Order, Honorable James Omolo. The Honorable Molo, why did you allow the Honorable Tom Nyaoke to table your paper in your presence in the House?
I just arrived when he was on, so I could put him off.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge the receipt of the following paper. A report on the examination of the Auditor General's report on the financial statements of Kisumu County Executive for the year ended 30th June 2024. Then report on the examination of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the receiver of revenue for the year ended 30th June 2024. Then a report from the Committee on Infrastructure, Energy and Public Works on the matter of dilapidated state of Nkrumah Road on the need for intervention by Kura. Then a report on the Committee on Sports, Culture, Gender and Youth Affairs on FESTAC expenditure. And finally, a report on the Select Committee on Implementation on the implementation status of House resolutions on the report by the Committee on Medical Services, Public Health and Sanitation on the status of Lumumba, Kombewa and Muhoroni County Hospitals. I want to commit these reports to the House business for scheduling for discussion in the House. Honourable members, be notified that 2 members could not table their papers, and that is the chair for trade and the chair for ward development. And chair, I think they will have to seek the approval of the House business so that they can table those documents in the next schedules of the House. Next order, Madam Clerk.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Yes, Honorable Ugo.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of order number 45(1) of the standing orders,
Order, Honorable Takwach. Proceed, Honorable Member.
I beg, pursuant to the provision of order number 45(1) of the standing orders, this House adopts the report of PPAC Committee on the examination of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statement of 1. Kisumu County Kisumu County Executive Financial Year 2023-2024. B. Receiver of revenue for the year ended 30th June 2024. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to give a notice of motion that pursuant to the provision of orders number 45(1) of the standing orders, this House adopts the report of Infrastructure, Energy and Public Works Committee on the matter of dilapidated state of Nkrumah Road and the need for intervention by Kura. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Before the Honorable James Were continues, in our order paper, I have James Omolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provision of orders number 45(1) of the standing orders, the House, I give notice that the House adopts the report of Implementation Committee on the implementation status of the House resolutions on the report of Medical Services, Public Health and Sanitation on the status of Lumumba, Kombewa and Muhoroni County Hospitals. Thank you. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Nancy Matara. What is it, Honorable James Were?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Nancy Matara, I want to give a notice of motion. I had tabled it.
Proceed, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to give a notice of motion that pursuant to the provision of Standing Orders 45, one of the Standing Orders, that this House adopts the reports of Sports, Culture, Gender and Youth Affairs Committee on the first TAC expenditure. Thank you.
Next order, Madam Clerk. What is it, the Honorable Member for Railways Ward?
I want to lay the one for what development.
Order, Honorable Member. Honorable Member, we are now on the orders of giving notices of motion. We had passed the orders of laying papers, so and had given direction over the same. What is it, the Honorable Member for Kolwa East?
He's requesting just allow him to give a notice of motion that he will table to
Order, Honorable Member. Order. Next order, Madam Clerk.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Commencement of business. Order number 8, motion for consideration of the request for approval for short-term borrowing by the county executive.
Yes, the Honorable Kennedy Oko.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move a motion on the approval of short borrowing by the county government of Kisumu. That aware that Article 212 of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, read together with Section 140 of the Public Finance Management Act, 2012, empowers the county government to borrow only if the national government guarantees the loan with approval of the county assembly. Aware that Section 107 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 requires that a county government shall ensure that its expenditure on wages and benefits for its public officers shall not exceed a percentage of the county government's total revenue as prescribed by the regulations, and that no borrowing shall exceed 5% of the most recent audited county revenue as approved by the county assembly. Cognizant that the most recent audited revenue for the county government of Kisumu stands at Kenya shillings 14 billion, thereby allowing a borrowing ceiling of Kenya shillings 700 million in line with the prescribed threshold of 5%. Noting that the county government is currently experiencing recurrent cash flow shortfalls occasioned by delays in the disbursement of the equitable share from the National Treasury, leading to adverse effects on its capacity to meet statutory obligations, including the timely payment of staff salaries in the financial year 2025-2026. Deeply concerned that failure to mitigate these cash flow gaps may occasion industrial unrest, weaken service delivery, and undermine public confidence in the devolved system of governance. Now, therefore, I wish to pray that this assembly resolves that the county government of Kisumu be and is hereby authorized to borrow the sum of Kenya shillings 700 million, being 5% of the most recent and audited revenue of the county government from the following financial institutions. 1, Kenya Commercial Bank. 2, Cooperative Bank of Kenya. 3, Equity Bank Limited. 4, State Bank of Mauritius. 5, Sidian Bank. 6, National Bank of Kenya. And that the said borrowing be utilized strictly for the purpose of mitigating cash flow shortfalls and ensuring the timely payment of staff salaries in the financial year 2025-2026 whenever disbursements from the National Treasury are delayed. Honorable Speaker, I would like to ask the Honorable Jennifer Obonyo, the Deputy Chief Whip, to second. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Jennifer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to second.
Thank you, honorable members. A motion has been moved for consideration of the request for approval for short-term borrowing by the county executive. A motion moved by the honorable majority leader and seconded by the deputy chief whip. And now it's time to put a question that we open this motion for debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand here to support the motion. Mr. Speaker, we have workers in the county government of Kisumu. And as you know very clear, Mr. Speaker, we have two arms of government. We have the county assembly and we have the executive wing. Mr. Speaker, it is quite unfortunate that due to delay of funds from the national government, so far up to this moment, our employees in the executive side and the county side and the county assembly side, we have never got any money for the past 2 months. Mr. Speaker, this thing felt at a time when we were taking back children back to school. Mr. Speaker, it is advisable that we exploit what is entailed in our constitution. The framers of this constitution knew very clearly that we will be getting this kind of situations. This is why it is clearly spelled and guided on how this exploit must be done. So, Mr. Speaker, I support by allowing the executive so that we can also get our salaries and even other members of workers of the county. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support.
Yes, Honorable James Were.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also rise to add my voice on the motion. Mr. Speaker, it is just proper when your worker has rendered the service, it is just proper that their dues be paid. Mr. Speaker, this can only be corrected if we adopt this motion. Mr. Speaker, we want a situation where our workers are paid promptly regardless of whether the money from the exchequer delays or not. Mr. Speaker, considering the health sector, where we need maximum intervention, some may be even reluctant to render their service owing to the fact that their salary has delayed for a month or two. Mr. Speaker, if county assembly can be in order to adopt this, I think we are going to correct all the future undertakings and ensure that the county is balanced, to ensure that our employees are motivated, so that wherever the department that they will be working from, there is value, there is energy, there is motivation. I therefore support this motion, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Ann.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I stand to support the motion because we are the eyes of the workers in this county. If we can allow the executive to borrow the money to pay the workers, I stand to support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable James Omolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand to support. Mr. Speaker, we have to be human enough, even us at the assembly level. Sometimes it forces the public service county assembly board to borrow on our behalf when we don't have salaries. So it's a normal procedure. The PFM Act is very clear that this assembly must approve and give them authority to now go and approach the banks mentioned so that our people can get salaries. These are people with families. There are people who have obligation like us. So it can't be that on our side in the assembly we are able to access such facility and we deny them the same on the other side. So let us just be humane and allow them to go ahead. Thank you. I support.
Honorable Speaker, point of order or point of information. I just want you from Honorable Speaker, we are debating.
What's your point of order? Which orders are you referring to?
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Whom do you want to inform?
The House.
Then I'll allow you to inform the House later so that members can contribute.
Honorable.
Order. Yes, the Honorable Tom Yaoke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I must appreciate that opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the motion that has been read before us is quite much procedural. Mr. Speaker, this is something talking about short-term loan. And the short-term loan, as per requested by the executive, is to assist fill certain gaps that are really necessary. Mr. Speaker, we must appreciate that as Assembly, we can testify that we have never gone without salary for any month. Mr. Speaker, and then the executive staff do have a lot of problems, particularly even right now, there must be some delays occasioned by lack of funds because of the late disbursements of funds that we already know. Mr. Speaker, it is only important that we support this motion to help us move forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to support.
Yes, the Honorable Member for Kajulu Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to give my sentiment on the same motion. Mr. Speaker, it is in good time to assist the employees of the executive to get the salary in good time. And remember, the salary is the motivation for the workers to do their work diligently. And also, Mr. Speaker, for them to deliver, they must be paid. And it is just last 2 weeks, I found 2 of the employers from the executive crying for paying their rent, which is not in good condition for them, Mr. Speaker. I support the motion. Let the members allow this motion. Thank you.
Yes, the Honorable Ruben Rakwach.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir. I also rise to support the motion which is before the House. Honorable Speaker, remember, I need your protection from Honorable Okoyo. I don't know what is the problem with him.
Honorable Okoyo.
I think we need to do a lot of induction, Honorable Speaker.
Order. Proceed, Honorable Member.
Honorable Speaker, remember every year our staff from the executive side, they always have problems with the payment of their salaries on the month of July and August. And up to now, we can attest that these people have not been paid their salaries for 2 months. Remember, even our budget implementation, we rely on this same staff, Honorable Speaker. They cannot deliver without salaries. And I think this motion would have even been brought here earlier. It would have been passed earlier to enable this staff get their salaries on time. And Honorable Speaker, these are Kenyans who have obligations. These are Kenyans, some of whom are servicing loans, Honorable Speaker. And if their loans go unserviced for 2 months, we know the repercussions. There are some staff who also are paying insurances so that they can secure for their children good education, Honorable Speaker. And if there is a delay, sometimes these insurance companies fail to pay fees for their children. So I think it is good enough that we pass this motion to enable them get their salaries promptly so that they don't run into these problems, Honorable Speaker. I support. Thank you.
Yes, the Honourable Member for Central Seme, the Honourable Mildred Ajumbo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for seeing that I'm the most senior most among the two honourable members.
Oh, the Honourable Member. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to support the motion to allow the county executive to borrow money to pay salaries of the employees. Mr. Speaker, it is true that when you are not paid salaries, you are demoralized. And for the last 2 months, even if you look at the employees, they are so demoralized, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, most of these employees, some work in hospitals, some are revenue officers collecting our revenues so that the county are able to run their services. And Mr. Speaker, it is in order that their salaries are paid on time so that the revenue collection of the county can go up. I'm sure if the revenue officers are collecting money, imagine you're collecting money and your salary is delayed. So it demoralizes the worker. So I support the motion that we allow the executive to borrow money so that most of these employees have children, they have families, they have houses to pay rent, and they have bills to pay. So it's just in order that we support as a county assembly to enable them to borrow money. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Kaloleni Shaurimoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I also rise to support the motion before us. Honorable Speaker, the employees are also human beings. They have families to take care of. They have bills to pay. And they need to be motivated. If you can stay for 2 months without your salary, it will be chaotic even in your own house. You will borrow and maybe some of your daily needs will not be catered for. So I therefore support this motion that we allow the county, the executive to borrow so that they can get their salary. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Kobura Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm rising to support, and in my support, I want to thank members for doing this fast enough to help the executive to at least pay salaries. But again, in my supporting this, I want to ask the executive, especially the finance department, that we, the assembly and the executive, we work hand in hand for the betterment and for the growth of Kisumu County. And as you see, members today are going to pass this it should be an example to the executive, to the finance department, that in working together, they should also at least show the committee's respect whenever they're called to answer some questions. It's not that we want to maybe do anything wherever we call them in our committees, but it is our role to oversight, to represent our people, and to do our role as an assembly. So whenever we call them in equal measure, they should also respond swiftly so that we do our work as members of County Assembly. Thank you. Support.
Yes, the Honorable Fred Odari.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I've just read your mood. It is like you are supporting this motion. Because when I wanted to inform the House, you denied me opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I've realized one thing that...
Order, Honorable Member. Honorable Member, you know it's not right to make judgment on the office of the Speaker. You stood on a point of order. We asked you the orders in which you are referring to. You could not mention, and the Speaker could not allow you to raise a point of order on an order that does not exist. So for now, the Speaker has given you an opportunity to debate on the motion and not to castigate the chair. I believe you stand guided. Proceed, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today we are discussing a loan, short-term loan, which is more important than a bursary for our students. Honorable Speaker, I want to bring into your attention and the attention of the House that there is a letter which was written by the County Secretary informing the workers when they will get their salary. And the letter reads that further to our letter reference CGKCSAD/63 volume 1/64 dated on 6th August 2025 concerning the above subject matter. The above subject matter is a reference July and August salary payment. And it goes, this is to update the staff that we have concluded all budget clearance procedure with Controller of Budget, in brackets COB, and National Treasury. We have already made requisition to the Controller of Budget for payment of July and August 2025 salary, which has been approved. Underline the word approved. The purpose of this letter is to inform our staff that the July and August 2025 salary will reflect in your accounts effectively Thursday, 4th September 2025. We appreciate the endurance and understanding accorded to the management. And on that note again, yesterday, the county secretary was on social media, on a TV, and he said in Kijaluo that tend Kisumu County, oyango ne jotije county no, mapok oyudo osara magi mar dwe mar abiriyo kod mar dwe mar aboro. Dhiyudo omendagi chakre tich ang'wen mar jumani. And we are here busy discussing what is not even in our portal. The Honorable Majority Leader just stood and read it for us. And then members start supporting the salaries, what. And that the motion itself is nowhere to be seen in our phone, according to the procedure. Are we doing the right thing? And then, my last point, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, we are in this house, and it goes more especially to the treasury. Normally, we call them here, we call our CC Finance, don't come. When it comes to theirs, they bring it here for us to approve for them. And yet, when they are called to come and give evidences, they don't appear before the committees. It means that he has abhorred the committee. Now he is using the other way to come and divert our attention. So it will be very, very important for me if one time, a doctor is brought to this assembly to come and check our mental. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, the honorable member for Railways Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the motion. However, we have to agree, Mr. Speaker, and that the integrity of this house is in question, Mr. Speaker, because there's no way you can bring a motion. You want the approval to seek the approval so that you can borrow loan to pay the workers. At the same time, you're assuring the workers that they are going to be paid, which means they were sure that we are going to pass it. So, as Honorable Darian said, don't be surprised. This is a house of passing. So they knew there's nothing we can not pass. So they knew if they say Thursday, we are coming here on Wednesday to pass it, and we are going to pass it. Mr. Speaker, I'm also worried, Mr. Speaker, because we were called we came here on a special sitting regarding the bursary, the scholarship. We came and passed the education ward. The other time I had the Speaker put in the word that control of budget has passed 65 million for scholarship. Till to date, they have not paid, Mr. Speaker. So we are in a situation where we do as by the executive. If they want to borrow money to pay the workers, which is also right, we do as per their wish. But Mr. Speaker, you should also know that scholarship is the only obligation of county.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order?
I want to inform the House that the honorable member is misleading this House. Is insinuating that these members are just mere rubber stamp, and it defeats the purpose of this debate, for this House to debate and pass. Is insinuating that whatever the executive brings in this House, we just pass blindly. Kindly apologize.
Order, honorable member. Remember, I know you have not contributed. You have all the rights to contribute later. For now, I want to allow the honorable member for Railways Ward to proceed with this submission.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is obvious. So I don't know why the European majority is worried. There's nothing that we have never passed here that come from executive. This is my third year, unless you are new here. Mr. Speaker, what I was saying that the same way the salary is important, Mr. Speaker, is the same way the scholarship money is also important, Mr. Speaker. So I will also request that when they get money for salary, 700 million, let them take some 65 million so that they can also pay for scholarship. Number two, Mr. Speaker, I also want to agree with Honorable Dari, Mr. Speaker. Whenever we call the CC for finance to answer some questions here, He has declined like 6 times, Mr. Speaker. Now that you want for us to pass, to seek the approval of Assembly to take loan from the bank, we are now here full house, Mr. Speaker. Maybe you know how to press the button. So I was just saying, Mr. Speaker, if you can change the manifesto of Governor Nyang' Nyong'o to manifesto of CC for finance, I think we'll get it right, Mr. Speaker. Because whatever we are implementing here is the manifesto of CC for finance. Mr. Speaker, I want to disagree again that the reason why they are seeking the approval of the House so that they can take money from bank to pay salary is because of delayment of disbursement, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think 1 week ago, I had the Minister for Finance, Honorable Mbadi, saying that they had disbursed money even for July. So the majority could have just informed us the challenges why they cannot access money. Instead of lying that it's because of delaying of disbursement, Mr. Speaker. We know there's money in the treasury and there's a problem with the COB regarding our budget. So let us be clear why we are seeking to take to get the money from the bank, rather than lying that because of delayment, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, whether I was going to support or not to support, it was going to pass. So I support.
Yes, the Honorable Oiko Pete.
Honorable Speaker, I also want to give my little contribution on this matter. When I read the mood of the House is sympathetic to the staff of Kisumu County, which is very much in order. Our people need to get salary. And the picture being given is that the July and August salaries have not been paid. And what I know, our staff depend on the salaries. And now that this is a time when children are going back to school, it's very unfair if they have not got their salaries. However, that may be so, Mr. Speaker, the report read by the majority leader is not posted to the members on the portal of the Assembly. Why that was intentional, he knows best. Because that is how the leaders of government business behave in the House. But these are the matters I want to address, Mr. Speaker. The majority leader has read that the latest audited report that they are lying on was 14 billion. He has not mentioned the financial year of this 14 billion. He has also said the executive wants to borrow not more than 5% of the 14 billion. He has said the executive is going to borrow the 700 million. He has also mentioned a number of banks that I will interpret. These are the banks where our staff draw their salaries from. Very much in order, Mr. Speaker, sir. But, Mr. Speaker, these are critical information we need to know. The 700 million is for gross salary or net salary. The 700 million is also going to cater for other cash flow problems. Which are these other cash flow problems? That it is going, the 700 million is going to cater for. And Mr. Speaker, when we pass this, the assumption is they will be serviced when the county gets its allocation from the treasury. And the short-term loan is not given the period it is going to last. That needs to be specific. The term short-term may be long-term if the date is not specific on the borrowing. So with those, Mr. Speaker, as I know, the Assembly will be painted badly if we don't pass this. But We need the executive to be specific to us when they want us to approve borrowing for them. And the communication that has been there between the executive and the staff, and that this matter was read last week in this house, and today it is brought for approval. One could say the executive was relying on that because the matter had been brought to this assembly. But one thing also, honorable members, it is common knowledge that the national government starts releasing funds in September. The national government starts releasing funds in September. Why is Kisumu County government now hell-bent on borrowing in September, a time when money should start flowing from the national government? With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I so contribute.
Yes, the member for Nyalenda A.
Asante sana Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, niruhusu siku ya leo niongee kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Bwana Spika, mswada ambayo imeletwa na kinara walio wengi bungeni ni la muhimu kwa kuwa tunataka kuangalia maslahi ya wafanyikazi wa hili serikali la ugatuzi. Na nataka kusema hivi, Bwana Spika, na kwamba kipindi ambacho wafanyikazi walikuwa wanakosa mshahara kwa muda ufaao ulipitwa na wakati. Ni muda wa kawaida haswa kulipa mshahara wa wafanyikazi. Utendaji kazi haitakuwa sawa ikiwa wafanyikazi hawalipi mshahara kwa muda ufaao. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, mimi ninaunga huu mswada mkono. Na imetokezea vizuri kabisa njia ya kupata mkopo. Kwanza, katiba imesema ya kwamba katika kipengee ya 212 ya kwamba serikali la ugatuzi inaweza kupata mkopo ikiwa imedhinishwa na serikali kuu. Baadaye inadhinishwa na ugatuzi na bunge la ugatuzi, ambalo kitu ambacho tunafanya siku ya leo. Bwana Spika, kinara walio wengi bungeni amesema ya kwamba hela ambazo zinaweza kupata kama mkopo kwa sasa ni 5%. Ina maana ya kwamba ni milioni 700. Ikiwa milioni 700 itashughulikia mshahara na mambo mengine ambayo hajaeleza, basi sisi hatuna budi ila tunaunga mkono. Kile kitu ambacho haijatokea sawa, ambalo nataka la kwamba litokee ipate kueleweka, ni kwamba hii milioni 700 itakapodhinishwa na ipatikane kama mkopo, ni muda gani italipwa, na pesa itakapotoka kwa serikali kuu kusudi kuja kulipa ile deni ambalo lilikopwa, pesa ambalo litakuja halitakuwa na riba, kwa sababu tunajua ya kwamba kila benki itatosha riba kwa ile milioni 700.
Taarifa mheshimiwa, taarifa. Naomba mheshimiwa Okoyo akae karibu na mheshimiwa Ochele ili amtafsirie inachosemwa na mheshimiwa Nyalenda A. Asante sana. Endelea mheshimiwa.
Nashukuru sana Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, hapo ndio ilikuwa inanitatiza kidogo, kwa sababu benki linafanya biashara. Wanapotoa milioni 700 kwa county, kwa serikali la county, ile riba itatoka wapi? Hilo tu ambalo nilikuwa ninataswishwa kidogo, ila ninajua ya kwamba kiranja walio wengi bungeni atatafsiri na atatueleza vizuri. Ila Bwana Spika, nashukuru kwa muda. Asanteni sana.
Boyton Ratib wa Nyalenda A. Mheshimiwa, wacha nimpe nafasi Mheshimiwa Moses Ochele.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was very keen listening to member for Nyalenda A deliberating in Kiswahili. Kiswahili is my neighbor. We're not enemies. So I think I got everything I said. Only that I cannot say as much as it does. So by highlighting me to be by identifying my personality to be backward in Kiswahili, I think that is not good for the people of East Kanawawidi, because I don't just come here as Honorable Chele. I'm here as a representative of people of East Kanawawidi, some of whom are even better speakers than most of us. So when they speak Kiswahili, most so Sanifu, they speak, and I'm the one representing them. So I'm a better speaker of Kiswahili. That should go in record.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa.
And on the same note, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that Kisumu County Assembly members, in terms of spoken languages, Kiswahili and English, I want to say that going by the records in the county and even the records at the Senate, I think we are above par. We speak good Kiswahili and we speak good English. And that is attributed to our ability to be fast learners and the confidence we have in among ourselves. Mr. Speaker, I didn't want to contribute because the motion is like passed, but because I think I was too silent, you had to provoke me to say something. Now I have to. Mr. Speaker, it is not good practice in the modern world for people to go without salary, not even for 1 month. And for those who wake up in the morning, come to work, and more so doing work which are instrumental to the running of the county government, I think it is very much demoralizing to find half of the county going without salary for more than 2 months. Number one, as said by most members, these are parents. They need to pay fees. They have other financial obligations, as we do. And Mr. Speaker, for them to work a maximum, for them to give maximum output, Mr. Speaker, they have to be motivated. And the number one motivation for staff is getting their salary in time. So, Mr. Speaker, the motion put forth by the leader of majority is very much in order. And I agree with most members that we approve it. Otherwise, it should also go in record that when such a motion is brought before the House, before it is tabled, I want to beseech the leader of majority to itemize the core areas these monies are to tackle. As the chair in charge of committee oversighting payroll, I want to believe if it is a matter of salary, then 700 requested is way too much. Because the main thing is about salary. Average salary per month for the staff of this county is about 400 million. The 400 million is enough, sufficient enough to take care of all statutory deductions and even the loans pending for those members. Now, when we talk of 700, it is way above 400. So I think the leadership or the leader majority should have indicated that above payment of salary, these other monies will be doing this and doing that. Because when we just pass it as 700, blanket 700,
then we are giving blank check, which will give us later, much later, the committee of Honorable Uko had the time to explain the very things approved by this house. Because it will come back to this house that it is you who passed 700 million. What did the 300 do? We will have to oversight. Why can't we just be doing this in a timely manner before we approve such? And if we had time, then I think this kind of request should have been done to the executive to itemize the key areas they want the money for. Number two, which is concern of Honorable Odari. Mr. Speaker, when you have debt and the person who lent money to you comes to your house and you believe that you are about to get some money, I think the best way of cooling the temples is by giving promise based on expectation. Like right now, I believe the motion is going to be passed. The next step is for the executive to approach the banks, which I believe they've done, to give them money. So by indicating that the money will be paid on Thursday, I don't think it is a wrong thing, because Assembly and the executive works together. The people whose salary have been delayed are people from this country majorly. So it is money going to serve the people of Kisumu County and also will promote their performance. And also, Mr. Speaker, we expect money to be raised by these workers, staff, also in the areas of revenue. Our budget in terms of on-source revenue is very low. Now, if the morale goes down, it will even go deeper down. So I think we should just be one, assume the executive is the husband and we are the wife, and we want to feed our children. What the husband proposes, so long as it is in the good interest of the children, as the mothers, we need to support. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I support the motion with the advice for the future lending. Thank you.
Yes, the Honorable Koyo. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also rise to support the motion. Mr. Speaker, the staff of Kisumu County government are our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, and we do feel for them if indeed they have not got their salary, like I had for 2 months. Mr. Speaker, it's very sad we are discussing this at a time when I can't just understand when the executive realized that we, the staff of Kisumu County government, have gone without salary. And Mr. Speaker, we understand. It's true, it's a time for the students to go back to school and other bills to be paid, Mr. Speaker. But Mr. Speaker, allow me to wonder the synergy I'm seeing on this matter. I don't know why it cannot be seen in other areas. Mr. Speaker, it is true, besides the staff of Kisumu County government going without salary or any other allowances. But Mr. Speaker, we also sympathize, or we need also to sympathize with our students who are supposed to be getting their bursaries. and allow them to sit in classes. Mr. Speaker, we are not happy as representatives of the people. We were elected, and maybe these officers who are in the executive do not feel what we feel because, as I always say, many people don't know these officers. We are the only people who can be stopped or asked to answer questions regarding the bursary. So, Mr. Speaker, I would also want the same spirit and energy which is seen in this should also be seen in other areas which are of so importance to us. Mr. Speaker, like any other member who has stood up to support, but I want to say, I wonder, and we need to be told categorically, step by step, how this loan which is going to be, we are going to pass, to be given to the executive, is going to be paid. But are we also going to be told how every shilling spent, so that we also wash our hands? Because definitely the buck will stop with us when the public will be asking, you are the people who approved this, and we cannot even explain how the money was spent. So, Mr. Speaker, I support, but we need more, we have more answers, questions to be answered. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Deputy Majority Leader. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the motion. And I also thank members who have all contributed positively. However, we must realize that this motion is here to cure the shortfall or the problems that is affecting our staff at the county assembly, and by extension, our people. These are people, 80% of the workers in this county are from various wards here. And these people elected us to represent them in this house, so that whenever they have any pressing issues, we represent their views here. And it has come timely for us to play our representative part. Mr. Speaker, it is very sad for a person to work for a certain period, having made some budget or borrowed money expecting to be paid, then he is not paid in time, making his borrowing or interest goes up. That again affect the family budget. Mr. Speaker, again, untimely payment encourages corruption among our staff. For example, the revenue staff. There is no way you'll be collecting money and submitting it to the authority, and yet you are going home hungry. Even if you are caught, it will be very stupid of the authority to prosecute you, yet it is the person who has failed to pay you in time. So I think what has been brought here is brought to cure this menace. The following here, Mr. Speaker, it is not for this period. Already what Honorable Odari was trying to read has already been sorted out, because they have wrote and they have borrowed. What we are curing is future repeat of such things, so that whenever there is delay, we are giving them authority to borrow and cure the payment
delay. What I would caution the executive is to wake up most of the staff. I know quite a number of the staff are very dedicated and working tirelessly to achieve what they are supposed to achieve. But there are some staff who are not actually doing what is expected of them, demoralizing the ones that are doing the right thing and doing the correct thing. I therefore support this timely intervention. It is for future borrowing. However, Honorable Koyo's concern and the chair's concern is very valid, because if you give a blank check, you don't know. We should know, or we will ensure that this information is given to us either as leadership or as a house, when and why the borrowing is being done, and we know how much. Because as Honorable Chairley has said, 700 million is way ahead of what is the salary requirement. We as leadership, we will follow up and know exactly item by item what is supposed to be. It is not cast on stone, but if we realize that it is not 700, it is 3 or 4 or 5, we will ensure that they do not go beyond what is required. It is your role, and it's our role. If you listen carefully, the paragraph that Majority Leader read, that borrowing be utilized strictly for the purpose of mitigating the cash flow. It is you to ensure that that borrowing is utilized appropriately. We do not leave this responsibility to the executive. That is where you come in as oversight. When it is not used to properly move in very fast and point out what is wrong and what is right. These things are not cast in stone. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case. I support motion. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, you have just contributed. And whom do you want to inform the honorable member? Is it so burning? Proceed, honorable member. And make it brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to inform the House, based on the reference I've just made through the records I have. Mr. Speaker, if the arrears are for 2 months, then I want to believe that 700 is very much in order. Thank you.
Thank you for. I so well remember that you are very good at math, more than Swahili.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Allow me to first make a ruling on this one. I remember, I knew you, like I was saying, you are very good in math, more than Swahili. And I was wondering, because the delay is for 2 months, and you mentioned 400 having been enough for 1 month, and 2 months, I think 400 times 2 is even, 700 is even less. But I think that clarification is so clear. So what is it, the honorable member for Kabonyo Kanyagwal?
Honorable Speaker, for points of facts, the majority who is the owner of the report has not given us itemized figures. And members are now coming up with their figures, Honorable Speaker. We shall get more confused. That's why I referred in my statement, is it for net salary or gross salary? And what are these other cash flow problems they are going to address?
Honorable member, you would have allowed the honorable majority leader to reply, because I think the only reason you are raising those concerns is so that when he'll be replying, then he can capture some of those. And that's when you now make a decision when it comes to voting. But when you want that information before he replies, then sometimes it beats the logic why you are asking them. I believe you stand guided, honorable member for Kabonyo Kanyagwa. seems all members have exhausted the debate, and I want to request a member to call the mover to reply. A member who had not contributed, not the Honorable Anochola. A member who had not contributed to call the mover to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've been asked to call the mover to reply. Judging from the mood of the House, may I call the Speaker to reply? Thank you.
Member.
May I call the mover to reply? Thank you.
Yes, the Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the members for supporting this motion. And from my observation, all members are supporting this motion, except a few with reservations that I want to start to address. Honorable Bill Oliver, Honorable Dari, Honorable Sami Onyango, and Honorable Ikopete mention something touching on the behavior of the employees from the executive. That some of the officers, when they are invited to our committees, they fail to attend. On this, I want to remind members that in your standing orders, you have the procedure. If a member of the executive or any staff or any officer fails to attend, you have the procedures, including summoning the members. So the opportunity is with you, unless we are not aware of our duties, including reprimanding these officers when they fail to attend. So let us go back to our standing orders and follow the procedure on making sure that any officer that is invited to attend, attends. Honorable Sami Onyango, this borrowing is to address, it is very clear, some recurrent cash flow problems, so it cannot address the bursary. And I want to request that just in any case members approve this motion, then we have committees concerned. We have the finance committee, because this is touching on finance. We have implementation committee in the House. The chair is here. So it is upon them to take up this matter when we finish with it. Honorable Chair, I listened to Honorable Ratib Boyton speaking fluent Swahili. And I agree with you that this motion is procedural according to Article 2012 of the Constitution and the Public Finance Management Act. It gives a county government an opportunity to borrow if the national government guarantees the loan with the approval of the assembly, of which we are doing. So it is something that is procedural. Honorable Oikopete, I agree with you. Those are the words that you are talking about. You are just decorating your statement, but from the bottom of your heart, you support the motion. I thank you so much. Honorable Jumbo talked about prompt payment of salaries. It is necessary. That's when employees get motivated for them to work. Just like in our assembly. It is not different. I'm aware that we have been paid our salaries. And remember, the disbursement that comes from the National Treasury is for both the Assembly and the Executive. But we are also on the same process. We also approved for the board to borrow money when there are delays. And I want to remind members that it is not that we don't have money as a county. We have money lying at the treasury, but we are talking about to cure the delay. Like now we have the delay because of the system changes in the National Treasury and the Central Bank that is causing the delay. So we might have such cases in future. That's what we are trying to address as an assembly. So that when in any month we have delays, we experience delay as a county, the executive is capable of borrowing to address salary issues. Now, it is not only the salary. If you look at my statement, I said to meet statutory obligations, that includes the timely payment of salaries. And I know, Honorable Peter Iko, you are very good in that area. We know these obligations. So when we talk about salary, we talk about our salary as a county is standing at between 430 to 440 million every month. But we have other obligations like insurance, Wi-Fi, we have KRA, others. So this payment will not only address the net salary, but also other obligations. Honorable Nyauke, Honorable Ann Chimbele, I agree with you that what we are doing is very procedural. We have followed the procedure according to the Public Finance Management Act that allows us to do this. Honorable Were, Honorable James Omolo, Honorable Adega, Honorable Akwaj,